Hey, greetings everyone! I'm the amazing Flec, and if you're new to this channel, I'm currently on break during a 16-hour shift at work, walking on a treadmill in the basement to do my daily posts here on my channel. Well, I'd like to start by saying thank you everyone very much for getting me up to 319 subscribers the last time I checked. It means a lot to me that people are actually listening and watching these videos, listening to what I have to say. I appreciate you, thank you. And I would like to apologize for the video I did a couple days before, on Wednesday. It's entitled, Finally Created a Song Using LMMS, which is a digital audio workstation program. It's like Ableton or Fruity Loops, but it's completely free. But the thumbnail says, The Legend of Mr. Silly, now with horrible audio. And it was absolutely horrible audio. I shot it with this camera I'm currently using right now. However, it had a waterproof housing on it, and it made the audio very, very bad. So once again, to all my viewers out there, I would like to apologize for that last time. I only had one opportunity to film, and I promised everyone, including myself and the viewers, that I would do a post every single day. Now that we got that out of the way, I'd like to talk about, I'm more afraid of not creating anything than I am of making bad art. Now it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time to be someone who appreciates just about everything the world has to offer. I like food that many people don't like. I like music that a lot of people just can't stomach or can't stand listening to. I like movies that are horrible sometimes. So when you like things that other people find distasteful, offensive, disgusting, gross, or just unpleasant, unaesthetically pleasing, it's good for me because I can appreciate things for what they are. I try to see the good in them at least. I don't necessarily like disgusting or gross things. It's just, I like to try to find the value in art and in media and in things that other people create. I like to see the value in it. I like to try to gauge what was the artist trying to convey. And when it comes to food, I mean, food's food. I loved food ever since I was a kid, you know? And I used to be a little bit more of a picky eater when I was younger, although even then, I ate pretty much anything that came my way. Some people just have these things that just gag them and it's just disgusting. I'm lucky, I'm not like that. I like to say that I was blessed with a less than sophisticated palate, meaning that if something tastes bad, I can find the good in it. So I guess it's a blessing and a curse. So it's good for me being a consumer of art, media, and food and things like that. But as far as creating things go, it's a whole entire different story, right? As I said earlier, I'm not afraid to make bad art anymore. I used to be ultra focused on perfectionism. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna release anything on YouTube or any music unless it's spot on perfect. I'm over that now. I'm completely over it. I just want to make my mistakes, and I don't care who's watching anymore. It's the only way I'm going to learn and grow anyways. If I sit there and stay hyper-focused and I'm just stubborn about wanting to teach myself all this stuff without looking out for feedback and asking people for help, I'm never going to get anywhere. I'll just sit there and have these dreams and these ideas and all these things I want to create, and I'll never actually manifest them because I'll be too self-conscious and scared to do it. So yes, being blessed with an unsophisticated palate has its ups and downs. So the next day I made up for that, or so I thought, by making a little music video to the song You're Great, which sampled the voice of this local entertainer for children named Mr. Silly. And for me, it's something that, the song itself, it took me about 5 hours of time to like muck around and move things around and finally come up with something. And I made adjustments here and there, and I made some mistakes, and I fixed them and pulled it back, and I finally had something after listening to it over and over and over again in just one sitting. I started getting sick of hearing it. I waited till the next day, and when I listened to it, I was happy with more or less how it turned out. Aside from the fact that after I forced myself to put it out there into the world, I neglected to put a little more low-end things in there, like bass. I neglected to turn down the sound of the hi-hats. It was a bit too abrasive. Not to mention that melody was very, very repetitive and not much variation in it. I tried to make some variation, but the same progression, the same chords over and over again for 5 minutes. It kind of drones on for a while. And the music video itself wasn't the best composition. It's just me in the snow, in the backyard on a slackline, doing my juggling antics, and that's cool and all that, sure. But it needs to tell more of a story, and it needs to have more dimension. It has to go in different places. But I am very, very happy that I made something, and I put it out there, and I'm very lucky to have the viewers like you out there, the people who actually watched the video and listened to the video and gave me your honest feedback about it. I love you, thank you, because very often when you're an artist and you show your art to friends, your friends are like, oh, yeah, that's fantastic. You're great, you know, and things like that. And that's great. It makes you feel good, and it's good to feel good. However, you don't really learn and grow and change if you don't know what you're doing wrong. So it's good to have friends that can level with me and tell me where I'm sucking on things, especially when it comes to these new things I know nothing about. And due to my low standards in food, music, video, and my ability just to appreciate things in general, I can hear it and be like, yeah, that sounds good, when it sucks, or when it's just, it wasn't that bad, I know, but it needs more tweaking before I throw it out there in the world for the whole world to see. But be that as it may, I'm proud of what I did. I'm happy I put it out there, and I'm happy it's out there now. It's out of my hands. The world has seen it, and I'm gonna leave it there because I don't believe in like erasing my mistakes anymore. Back when I first started writing in middle school and high school, I wrote things in these books and no one ever saw them. I was almost ashamed or embarrassed or afraid, or a combination of all those emotions, that someone might read my personal thoughts. Now I don't give a flying who sees or hears these things anymore. In this day and age, I've kind of given up on the idea of what privacy is. I feel like all my devices, they may or may not be recording me. I don't even care anymore. It's, like I said before, it's difficult to even get people to watch my YouTube videos, so why would I be paranoid about people watching me? There's so much more interesting things going on in the world, so I really don't care anymore about that sort of thing. But back to my days writing when I was in middle school and high school, I regret doing this so much, but I burned all my old journals, all my old writing, out of shame and embarrassment for making bad art, or making something I'm afraid someone else might read in the future. For whatever reason, I was off my rocker at a certain point, and I just wanted to get rid of all previous records of my thoughts and my writings. But hey, hindsight's 2020. You gotta keep going forward. You gotta keep moving forward and keep developing yourself and growing and learning and changing and evolving. And that's why I'm very thankful for you viewers out there, because you give me the drive and motivation to keep growing as an artist and keep producing new things. Thank you very much. But that's it for now, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Who knows, maybe you can be 320 if you click that button down there. Alright, I'm asking for too much. Remember to keep safe, be well, stay humble,